Guys, welcome to the vlog. So, one more day left of this absolutely hell week. um, so I'm looking forward to it. Sorry once again for the lack of videos, but it's just been studying for these exams has been kind of consuming my life this week. But luckily, I think I'm actually gonna get a video out tomorrow and Saturday for the Angry Critic channel. So. Because tomorrow and Saturday, like, I've got nothing to do. I mean, I'm going out Friday night, hopefully to a club, and I just haven't decided whether or not I want to go or not. Kind of, just because I don't know if I want to relax or go to the club, or well, it's kind of a get together. It's like a once a month get together at a festival, or not a festival, but it's like a goth night, which I want to go to. So, well, yeah. So, onto the cigar. So I'm having tonight is a Gurkha Ghost. Now these are one of my favorites from Gurkha. So I'm gonna try something that I don't normally do, which is hate torpedoes, hate torpedoes, hate torpedoes. But what can you do? I'm gonna light them using paper, just wooden matches. Like, well, it's not really old school, but we're gonna see how this goes, and you guys get to watch my epic failure at it. Yep, told you, epic failure at it. And then again, I am trying to toast, which you probably shouldn't do if you're using matches. Okay, so I think I got it. um, so, yeah, I haven't had a Gurkha Ghost in a while. It's been about 6 months since I've had one of these. But I do enjoy them. I do enjoy the flavors out of these. Um, what was I gonna say? What I got to do tonight is I got to do this. I got to dye my hair for tomorrow, and then I got to do this stupid uh, NCAA. Actually, I don't even know if it's NCAA. I think it's just maybe for the school. And what it is, it's like a drug awareness thing for athletes, which, in my opinion, is kind of stupid. Trust me, drug education is useless past, like, I don't know, high school. So, and it's, we get the whole spiel from the NCAA, and then we have to do this 2 hour, like, course while on top of, like, our schoolwork and exams, and then I got all the exams this week to do it. And apparently, if I don't do it, I'm suspended for like a week, and then if I don't do it in a week, I'm suspended for the season, which to me is stupid. And I'm surprised that none of the coaches really, and I'm kind of I'm surprised none of the coaches actually, or they actually um, said something, but I'm disappointed that the amount of extra work that they expect on top of the school work that we have to do. But also, I have a big issue with the NCAA. I'm kind of right now. My attitude with college athletics is, I love playing for the school, but not when it's over in a couple of years. I think, I'm gonna miss the team aspect of it a little bit, but I'm not gonna miss it as much as some people think. Um, Mostly because I got the USTA that I can always play, and I always play a few tournaments there. So it's like not like my tennis career ends after college. It just takes on a more of an individual based experience. So I'm not. I'm kind of excited to get the NCAA. Just like that whole like you see some college athletes get like docked for substances or whatever, and you think that they're doing like cocaine or steroids, but no, it could be simple things as marijuana and caffeine. Like I kid you not, if you drink too much caffeine, you will not pass a drug test. And it could be the fact, from what I understand it to be, people are saying like if you drink like a couple monsters in a day, I'm like, well, I'll laugh if I don't. I'm not adjusting that. I'm like, sorry, like caffeine is completely natural, and so many people drink it, and I need it for studying and everything. So, but according to them, caffeine's a performance-enhancing drug. So, whatever. um, so I'd laugh personally if I got doxxed for caffeine. I'm like, yeah, I drank like 4 cups of coffee today. Oops. I think my coach would also laugh. My coach is quite laid back, so the coach of the college is quite laid back, so I think he'd just chuckle too. um, so yeah, the NCAA's and plus just the way that they treat the athletes. Especially in the Division 1 level, John Oliver did it. I'm not Division 1, I'm Division 3, but uh, they pay football coaches for Division 1 like $1 million salaries, and the players get nothing. And granted, they're get a full ride to college because they're playing, but only some of them do. Like I know a couple of D1 athletes who don't get any scholarship to their school or running. Well, she's a track runner, so and also if you're injured, this is all in John Oliver's uh, thing. Also, if you're injured, you don't you basically lose your scholarship, and then also like it doesn't. Most of the time you have to dedicate a ton of time to Division 1 sports, and kind of limits your ability to work. And if you don't work, well, and it only covers the ride only covers your school costs. So like eating and stuff like that is kind of and the NCAA are arguing against paying, the athletes. I'm like, you guys are filling like professional, football stadiums full of people, and you won't pay the athletes at like a decent, not like a, but like what I make at Sports Authority would be better than nothing. So not to say that I don't like I make shit at like I make shit. I make shit at Sports Authority, but like just something to at least if they're struggling to eat, like one athlete on the John Oliver statement was like don't it's like I don't know. I just kind of looking forward to getting such a big, I don't know, monkey off my back with that. But that was a long-winded rant. Um, so let's go to reading your comments because I can do that again. And okay. Okay. So yeah, Romeo Rich said on my last vlog, "Hey Wyatt, I'm glad you were able to get this one up without any interruptions. I was too. Man, I hate going out and not seeing a new one from you. But I think I've got that solved. I decided to get my home internet service reactivated again, so hopefully by next Monday, I can enjoy your videos from the comfort of my place, as it should be. And since I don't have cable, I have to have some form of entertainment, and internet provides that for me. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'd do without my internet. I literally I think turn my TV on like once in a blue moon, and that's, I mean, I don't have any the channels that I would watch. I don't have, and the channels that I freaking hate, I have for some reason because I'm on the package that my mother has, and so I mean the only channels that I would really watch would be like HBO, Stars, a bunch of film, cinema, shows. I would not. I mean, I'd want the tennis channel, but I don't know if I can get that as separate. But yeah, so I mean, if I had HBO, because I watch Real Time with Bill Maher, and um, I watch John Oliver. As you might be able to tell. um, so yeah, I don't know what I'd do without cable. I mean, I know what I'd do without cable. I'd watch a ton of YouTube, which I do anyway. Um, and he says your videos pass the time nicely. Thank you so much. I will never understand why you guys watch me. I'm like it's really nice. The fact that you guys do. I cannot accurately express my gratitude to you guys for watching um this, because this is a good way that I feel like it's just a good experience for me. I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy just talking to you guys because it's really low key. So I feel like I'm not. I don't feel like I'm just making. I don't feel like I'm making a video right now. I feel like I'm almost doing like a webcam chat with you guys, like Skype or something. That's kind of how I feel in this right now, especially with the reading your comments, because then I feel like I'm saying something, you're responding, and then I'm responding, and it's quite nice. And I enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing the vlogs. I think this is probably one of the most enjoyable channels that I have in terms of the most enjoyment I get out of it. And in case you're wondering what the least channel that I get the least amount of enjoyment out of is my White Tool tutoring channel. But I need to do that for my tutoring clients. When they have questions, or if I see a consistent, usually I'll put up a video if I see a consistent issue. So that way, because then it becomes apparent to me that not too many people know about it. So if you're wondering about the lack of videos on that channel, it's just that I haven't encountered a major reoccurring problem yet with my clients. So. But I may do a video soon on that with one math concept that I think is kind of cool, and I think it's going to help out a few people. So, but really, that one's just it's work. It's like that one's work. The others are more fun. The others are fun. My White Tool tutoring channels work. uh, and he says that's a good attitude you have regarding mean people and haters. And I agree with you. If you don't let them get to you, then you win. they lose. Yeah, that's entirely what it is. It's like, but also it's more satisfying than that because because I know personally, like if I'm getting hate, that means I'm saying something that, well, there's a couple forms of hate. There's one where you like the hate that Trump gets for saying some really racially insensitive, racist, to some extent things, uh, and that's legitimate. But that's criticism. There's a difference between criticism and hate. Criticism, you basically take apart the person's idea, whereas hate is more directed towards the person's itself. Like when I argue and debate, which I do a lot. um, Basically anybody who ever talks, I debate a lot in person. So when there's a difference between criticism, which is what Trump gets. People think it's people hating on him, but it's criticism because you're criticizing. Well, some people hate him, and sometimes he does get hate, which is hatred is 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 unjustified. Criticism is not. And the reason why I love haters personally, I as long as they're not like I like to keep this community kind of like a safe haven. I don't delete comments, but I do respond to ones that I believe that are hateful. So I mean I have a good understanding of when it's a joke, when it's not. uh, so um, and but criticism, when you're criticizing someone, you're criticizing their idea, and that's good because that's the only way good ideas can progress. You criticize the bad ones to get them out of the pool, and the good ones, um, you know, um, get ahead that way. That's the way that's the way good ideas develop. That's the way society develops, is criticizing bad ideas in order to allow good ideas to stand in the forefront. Whereas hate is directed not at an idea, but at an individual. Like for instance, some of my opinions have been criticized, and I've changed. And flip flopping and changing opinions, like I'm completely fine. Well, not flip flopping, changing an opinion is I'm completely fine with. I also screwed up lighting this thing with the match, so I'm just correcting it. Um, and that's more to do with um, like my opinions has evolved. I used to be very, very extremely, very pro death penalty until I did a lot of research on it, and I found that I'm not. And I changed my mind. I changed my mind as changing changing what you believe based on facts and evidence presented is a good thing. Um, and admitting that you're wrong is a very good thing. Um, yeah. So, and then, but hate is more like saying, oh well, you suck, or you're a loser. Why do you listen to this weirdo? Or that's hate, and that's usually to me, that's a sign of. And I think that's what everybody should think of it as. It is just a sign of of mental being mentally the other person being mentally inept. Because because it's at that point hatred only starts, or you don't start getting hate until people can't criticize you. And well, the and that or it means that the people can't criticize you. Basically, they don't like what you're saying, but they can't argue against it because you have solid logic. I mean, they disagree with you, but it's more on an emotional basis, and they don't have any logical arguments to argue against you. So what they'll do is they'll try to do what's called an ad hominem attack. I think that's how it's pronounced, which means they don't attack the idea, they attack you as a person to try to discredit you. By calling you, I don't know, I've been called many things. I've been called stupid, a lot of things. uh, but usually, but I've reached a point where I'm like, I recognize the fact that you're only calling me that because you can't argue with my ideas that I've presented because you can't. I mean, you can't. That's basically all you got, and you can't argue with my ideas, so you're trying to discredit me as a person. Which, I mean, that just tells me I won. So, that's why I kind of enjoy haters. It's because I'm like, I know that I've just trumped them, and that they're kind of butthurt for it. So, and that's why I think like I love to spread that, and just like if you're having trouble with haters, anybody out there, just remember that you basically trump them logically, and they're trying to just like grasp at straws to try to some way to get even. So just um, if anybody out there is watching and dealing with haters, I hope you guys remember that. And as for women in cigars, YouTube has them. A lot of female cigar smoking channels on here. Cigar Vixen is a hottie, a real hottie. Yes. I will wholeheartedly agree with you there. Lots of fun things two people can do while enjoying a cigar, but you're a smart man. I'll let you figure that one out. And he says evil wink. I'm like, yeah, I get it. um, I bet you would make a fun tennis instructor. I am to an extent. I am quite a tough tennis instructor. Um, uh, I take the sport very seriously. Not that we can't have fun, but if it's my job to make you better at tennis, by God, I'm going to drag you by your bootstraps to make you better at tennis. So I'm not easy, but I am quite like my policy. With doing drills and everything, I wouldn't make you guys do anything that I wouldn't do myself. So, and often I do it right there with you because I need to demonstrate it, and I'll run with you. I'll do spiders with you. I'll do suicides with you. Um, and I'm also sitting there hitting with I don't feed, I hit to you so that way you get to see how I'm hitting to us give you an idea of how you should be swinging, and also to give you a more realistic shot. We do have fun. We do play at points. Um, I'm very loud. I don't direct. I don't. It may come off that I'm yelling, but I'm not. I'm more like speaking very. I'm speaking very loudly. Big air quotes there. But it's more of I'm just trying to. We're quite a distance away. We're like 60 feet or something like that, or across the tennis court. So if it sounds like I'm yelling, it's more just to make sure you hear me across 60 feet. um, but yeah, I will agree with you. Some tennis instructors really kind of suck. Especially I've had one where it's more uh, there's an old school way of playing tennis which is very outdated that some coaches still insist on teaching, which I disagree with, mostly because it, that way was particularly hard to get good at really quickly, versus the way I teach is kind of it's hard to get going, but there's a steep learning curve versus there it's easy to get going and a very slow learning curve. So I've kind of adjusted that, and also like paying attention to what clients or what your who your coaching's preference. Like I have a one-handed backhand, and two coaches that I've had have, when I was very early on, wanted me to like they saw my one-handed backhand and they're like, no, hit a two-handed backhand, and so I had a two-handed backhand for a while. But I always hated it. I always hated hitting a two-handed backhand. I was very uncomfortable with it, and so I switched to I when I got out of high school. I'm like, I'm done with the two-handed backhand. I'm going back to a one-handed backhand. I'm going to learn how to hit it really well, and I did. So now my one-handed backhand is probably one of my best shots. So I feel like coaches sometimes don't listen enough to what the client is saying. Like I I was well aware that a one-handed backhand was going to be a lot harder to learn, but I wanted to learn it because it was more comfortable, and that's why I switched. It's because it's a lot more comfortable for me. So I wish that some of the coaches that I've had previously have would have let me stay with a one-handed backhand. So, but it's easy to say that. Then again, I like where I am now. So I mean, I can still hit a two-handed backhand, so it does help when I'm coaching. I did have a two-handed backhand, so I do know how to hit one. So when I'm coaching, it does help. But still, I think it's important to listen to, if a client is not comfortable doing something, that you really listen to that, because, and also adjust how you coach depending on what kind of client you have. This is going to be a long-winded vlog. So, like, for instance, I have a couple clients that are like 55, 65, 45, who I would never. Some of the aspects of my game, like I try to always teach. Most coaches try to teach basically the client how to play exactly like they play. um, but there's aspect. Some coaches just don't understand. Some clients just can't move like that, like or do certain things. Like I know my coach is a big baseliner. Well, he's an all-court player, but he's mostly a baseliner, and he relies on his just pure athleticism, um, to win. Well, and technique to some extent, but a lot of it is athleticism and foot speed. I don't have that. I mean, I'm an athlete, but I don't have I'm not like naturally athletic. So how I've adjusted for that is I've gotten a lot better technique wise. So I don't what I lack in athleticism and foot speed I make up for in technique. Now I still can slide on hard courts and I still can hit a pretty I can hit a kick serve, but these 55 and 45 and 55-year-old clients, they're not going to be able to really bend that well to hit a kick serve, or I don't expect them to slide on hard courts because that takes a lot out of your knees. So it's important to listening and adjusting to your clients. I feel like that is a very important thing for coaches to do, even if it's a young client. Um, so yeah, I can understand why you said mine sucked, which I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them that can, and a lot of them flash a lot of certifications, like I'm PTR certified, or I'm USPTA certified, and I'll tell you that's a load of shit. Mostly because a lot of coaches that um, I've worked with both USPTA and PTR certified coaches and non USTA and PTR certified coaches. And from what I can tell you is sometimes the non-certified coaches are a lot better. um, so so I mean my private coach right now is not certified, and he's probably the best coach I've had ever. So yeah, it makes a big difference. I mean, I'm not certified either, so I mean, I think I'd like to think I'm improving my client's game, and it looks like I am. So, as for how you got into cigars, most usually start out with Swisher Sweets, yeah, or Black and Mild, yeah. I've tried those before stepping up their game, yeah. I got into them by watching my cousin smoke the white plastic tip Swishers, and love the smell, and still do. And I have a friend my age who still smokes those. All in choice, but my favorite premium is the Romeo by. Okay, I'm gonna start pronouncing it Romeo y Julieta. Great stick. I know. You keep mentioning that stick, and I want to try it. I just have to track it down. Probably on my next cigar order, I will probably pick 5 pack of those up to put in my humidor. So uh, thank you, Rory, for that comment. And then if you grad of 1990 says you're back. Sounds like besides those unwanted interruptions, you've also been pretty busy too. But to respond to this video, doing the split screen thing, huh? Does it really help you? Um, so yes, it does. It helps me because I can make sure everything's recording on one screen while reading the comments on the other side of the screen. And meaning split screen, I don't mean like dual monitors. I mean just like literally. I think you get it. Blanco Nine Lancero. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. You wouldn't want a nice Garcia Vega. No, actually no. I do. I can't see what back when I was working at a gas station, we used to have gas station cigars, and I was very curious to see which one was the best. So I did smoke a few more Garcia Vegas, but mostly to be able to give my personal opinion on cigars that a customer might ask for. And yeah, and yeah, they're still not that good. And occasionally I'll buy them as a kind of a joke. I did that to my cousins once, because I consistently gave them good cigars, and they're like, "All these cigars are really good. I haven't had a bad one." I'm like, "Huh." It gives me a good idea for kind of a prank, which is what I did. I bought like three. I bought a couple games. No, not a game. Garcia Vegas, and I was smoking one with him, and he's like, "This is weird. I'm not getting any flavor out of this, and it's not that great." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then this is then I'm like, okay, wait, I brought out the real cigars that I actually bought for that night, so I'm like, here, let's light these up. These are the real ones. Let's put these out because they were not that good. So I have one occasionally. Or a tip Swisher Sweet. I don't like the tip Swisher Sweet. My dad used to smoke them. No, my dad never smoked the tipped ones either. Um, with 28 of those blancos left, you'll have plenty to enjoy, but don't draw too fast or you know what will happen. PME, premature evacuation. Ha! I'm like, yeah. And yes, I have seen Epic Mad Science. There's silly and then there's silly. Silly that waste your time watching, and silly funny aha. Well, I'm glad that you like them. I mean, they're. I'm hoping to have one. I will definitely have one out this month because I finally got everything organized and everything. So um, looking forward to that. And I'm also getting another one written, so I'm going to film two at once because one that's coming up. I got actually set on fire completely. I told you guys this, I think. Head to the toe, this big ball of fire. I lived. I'm okay. I did it a couple summers ago, and it was fun. Well, not fun. It was interesting. I was right. I did out kind of the science using scientific concepts of different aspects to basically make a homemade fireproof suit, and it worked. And I know it would because I did small scale testing, but I don't care how much you prepare. When you get set on fire, you're still pissing your pants nervous. um, you're like, no matter how many small scale tests, no matter how, you know, well you think how zoned in you think you are, second you go up, you're like, holy shit, I'm on fire. um, so that will be coming out in November. I'm glad you appreciate us having viewers to talk to via the comments, but we could always do a video reply too. Yeah, if you want to do a video reply, just leave it in the comments, and I will definitely watch it. Yeah, if you want to communicate that way, I'd be more than happy to do that. Like I said, this channel is not about subscribers. This channel is about friends, and developing a friendship with you guys. I don't think of you guys as on this channel. I don't think of you guys as subscribers. I think of you guys as more friends, because I'm not providing any. I don't really think I'm providing great quality content, but what I am is basically just talking to you guys like I would talk to my friends. So that's why I think of you guys more of like as my friends, not yeah, right. So yeah, it's really nice that you guys want to stay engaged with me. It's quite cool. So as for not having a girlfriend, I think any girl or slash woman would enjoy being around you. No. You have such a genuinely nice personality, and if she doesn't like the cigar smoking, oh well. Uh, Thank you so much for saying that I have a really nice personality. Uh, it's it's put it this way. I'm very shit at talking to people in person. um, and so it's more of and and also yeah, it's yeah, I'm not good with talking too much. My cigar's going out. Sort of. It's not burning on the okay. Um yeah, I mean it's more like I don't find a lot of I don't I can't seem to find one with mutual interests. So and because I tend to talk, I don't like small talk so much. I'm more of a person that talks about really kind of deep, concepts like discussing politics and all that. So I'm very kind of politically minded, and so it's kind of hard to find somebody who's interested in that. Cigar smoking, kind of, the stuff I'm into basically. I'm into a weird menagerie of different things, and so it's kind of tough. Like you said, you'd be cool with having a girlfriend who smokes cigars with you, but at the same time, it is something you do for a long time, and that's okay too. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have somebody who's into cigars, but sometimes I need my time or guys' time. So um, not having access to my computer daily would drive me insane in the membrane. Yes, it would. It would drive me absolutely insane. Um, so yeah, it would just drive me nuts. I would not want to be without my computer for more than like a weekend. So um, yeah, but thank you, Mark, for the comment, and you can check out Mark's channel, FUGrad of 1990, in the description down below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.